good morning you guys, and welcome to Fun Fact Friday, a video series that I do here on my channel where every Friday I answer some of your most frequently asked questions. And today we are going to be talking about bread pans because we've been baking a lot of bread together lately, and so I've been getting a lot of questions about my bread pan, what size I use, where I got it. So I figured I would show you everything that I own, which really isn't that much for somebody who loves baking bread as much as I do, but I figured I would show you, and that way it gives you a couple different options, especially if you're new to making bread. So first, my first time making bread, I didn't own a single bread pan. I talk about my girlfriend Kneady here often. She's my earth angel. She's the woman who taught me how to cook from scratch and taught me how to bake bread. And when she taught me, I was at a point in my life where we were extremely broke. And I was having a hard time making ends meet and keeping food in my pantry. And so I didn't have a lot of money. In fact, I didn't have any money. So she told me to go to the best place to go and buy bread pans, and that is Salvation Army. Salvation Army, Goodwill, thrift store, garage sale, any of those things. So I went to Salvation Army because they hold a special place in my heart. My grandma worked for them for years, well, volunteered for them for years. And so I went to the Salvation Army store and I picked up my very first bread pans. And these are them. I paid 50 cents a piece for them. And she told me the best bread pans to bake in are ones that are well broken in, and she is not lying. These were fantastic. They're still fantastic. I use them to this day. So if you are new to bread making and you don't have a lot of money, go check out like a Goodwill store or a Salvation Army store or a thrift shop or garage sales or estate sales, and pick yourself up some used bread pans. These are just really thin aluminum ones, but I tell you, they bake beautifully and they are still my favorite next to the Pullman pan, and I use them all the time. So 50 cents each, that's how I got started. So I used these for many years, and then Noreen over at Noreen's Kitchen used these bread pans, and these are like non-stick bread pans. Again, great bread pans, a little bit more money, something if you want to buy something new you can grab. I will try to find them. I don't know what brand even these are, but I will try to link something similar to these in my Amazon link down below. I have a whole section down there for just bread baking so that you guys always know what I'm using. So I started using these, but to be honest, these little 50-cent ones were still my favorite. So I still use these all the time. Then the Mud Brooker. The Mud Brooker, I'm gonna leave his channel up above. He taught me everything I know about cast iron, and so I really wanted a cast iron bread pan. So I picked myself up a cast iron bread pan, and I love this thing. Well, I make meatloaf in it all the time, but for breads, I love sweetbreads in this. Apple fritter bread, blueberry crumbled bread is fantastic in this. Cornbread is phenomenal in this if you're making a cornbread. Love my cast iron bread pan. This one is by Lodge. It's fantastic. I will of course leave a link for you guys down below for you if you're interested in something cast iron. But lately, and ever since actually I got it, which was I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 2, maybe 3. Oh my gosh, I don't know because time's flying by. This is my Pullman bread pan, and this is the one that I use on on a regular basis, almost daily, weekly, at least when I make bread. I make our sandwich loaf bread in this, and then you can also take off the lid just slides on, and so you can make the lofty bread. So this is the pan that I'm getting the most questions about. This is the bread pan that I made the cinnamon twist bread in, also the chocolate bread that I recently made. I will leave those links up above in case you missed those videos. But this is the bread pan. Now this is the 13-inch. They do have smaller ones, but this is the big one. This is the one that feeds my family. I only own one. I would love to get a second one, so that is on my wish list. But this is fantastic. I make my Christmas bread in this, cinnamon raisin bread, like I said, my sandwich loaf, because when you put the lid on, it will compact the bread and make it the perfect size sandwich bread, and the crumb on it will be more compact, more dense, so it's gonna hold up to your mayonnaise and your mustards and your, you know, when you make that nice big sandwich with your, you know, lettuce and all the things. A Pullman pan bread, when you bake it with the lid on, gives you that traditional sandwich bread, not only the look, but the crumb of one, which will stand up to toasting and, you know, and packing condiments on it. That's why I love this. This is also by USA Pans. It is completely non-stick. You do not have to grease it, oil it, anything like that. Unlike my cast iron pan, I always add lard to that before I put anything in it. These pans, I also put lard in before I use them. So, but this one, nothing. And it also has the ribbing, which I love because it just makes the bread look that much prettier, in my opinion. So this is the pan that I'm using. I've been getting multiple comments about this bread pan in the last 2 videos that I did. This is it, guys, and I will leave a link to it down below in case you're interested in picking one up. I bought mine from Amazon. That's the only place I could find this particular pan. And you know, if you're gonna buy it with the lid. Even if you don't use it, you might want to use it, so it's nice to have that option in case you want to do that. So that's it, guys. This is my main go-to, followed by my cast iron that I use quite often, and then my good old, you know, inexpensive, very light aluminum 50-cent Salvation Army find. So that's it with my bread pans. Short, sweet, and simple. If you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I will try my very best to answer them for you. I really want to do one more bread for you guys, and that is going to be another twist bread, but this time using pesto and some garlic, maybe some Parmesan, something more savory. And I want to make it alongside of a lasagna. So that's my plan. Fingers crossed. I got a little carpal tunnel going on right now, so as soon as this starts feeling better, I will be back to baking some more bread. I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying these videos. Let me know down below if there's anything in particular that you want to see me bake, and I will try to add it on the list. Sourdough pizza dough is coming. I found a recipe that I really love, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. And it's super easy, but you do have to do it overnight. So if you're making, say if you're making a homemade pizza Saturday night, we're gonna prep it on Friday night. So it's gonna be like a 2-dayer thing. So, but that video is coming up because I really wanna share that with you guys. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful to you, knowing what I use when I bake my bread. Again, if you have any questions for me, leave them down below, and I will be seeing you guys really soon. All right, bye, guys. Oh, happy Valentine's Day.